What is going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Tyler here, and today we're doing a really fantastic castle. This may be the best LEGO castle LEGO's ever made, and that is the LEGO King's Castle that's set 10176, had 12 minifigs, 869 pieces, came out in 2006, retailed for 100 US, and this actually retails now for 260 used or 303 US new, so it has appreciated quite a bit. And this is actually a remake of a 1995 castle. It's the Knights Royal Castle, but it's not an exact replica. It obviously has its own style with this set, but honestly, really cool set. We're gonna get into the details, but yeah, enough talk. Let's get right into it. So to begin, I'll attempt to give you a 360 view of this set. It is absolutely massive, as you guys can see. I think the thing's like 2 feet tall. So very, very nice looking set. Kind of getting a little bit of a preview in the back. There's so many things going on back there. But yeah, very nice looking. Now we're gonna break it into category by category. So let's start. So we'll begin by just basically showing you the main gate. So you can kind of close this by just putting it up like this. And or bridge, I should say. And then what's really cool about this is you can open up the main gate. It's basically on the keep. That's basically the center of a castle, and that's going to hold that up. And then when you want it to fall, well, there you go. A little help. There you go. Falls right down. So what's cool about this as well is these little areas actually come right out. So I'll just pull this out and give you guys a 360 view of it. There's nothing too crazy going on here. But it does have a treasure chest, and this treasure chest, they put like 8 coins into it and a whole bunch of diamonds. So this king, he's loaded, and that's why they want this castle and they want his gold. And then the other cool thing about this is I'll just demonstrate it. I'm probably gonna lose this piece, to be perfectly honest. Let's take one of these little brown pieces, and oh, as long as you don't break it like I just did. They're just spring loaded, and it kind of throws it. So that's pretty cool. It's very simple. It's just basically like, they're basically these rubber pieces that basically do that. But yeah, that's this one little area of the castle. Let's move on to the corner of it. So right here, they have another little area. This is just basically a door. And there's a ghost, which we'll get into. He actually glows in the dark, which is very cool. That's probably a very, very boring, the boringest area of the castle, although it still is interesting. There's a little walkway there as well, which I appreciated. I like little fine detail. And now we'll take a look at the other tower. This one's just identical to this one. The only difference is, which I thought was very cool. No, actually, this one does not have it. It's the other one. This is just basically a replica. This is kind of a wasted space. I do think they could have improved on that. Maybe put like a little table in there or something. But other than that, it's just identical. There's just no treasure in it like the other one. And now let's take a look at probably the biggest tower. So what's very cool about this is it basically has a little jail in here. Although the set does have a dungeon, so I don't know what the purpose of that is. Just open this up and try and show you guys as best I can. You can throw a little dude in there. So let's just do that. This guy's been bad. He fits right in there. No problem. Then you can close it up. So very cool. I'll just take that off so you guys can kind of see. There's these little holes in each of these little areas. But now let's get a little bit more into the tower. So there's nothing too crazy with what we're seeing here. I love these little crossbows that are all set out throughout the castle. That's also awesome. So what's cool about this is if you wanted to drop one of these, just works like so. So it's very simple, and you know, there's tons of them. So you can kind of drop it on the intruders. So very cool little, basically this is the largest tower besides the main tower where the king is. But now let's get into that. So at the back of the castle, this is what it looks like. And where the king resides, the keep. So very nice little chair. There's little parrots on either side. There's actually a little dog here as well. And then it's nothing too crazy. There's these big axes, which can actually come all the way down. So if you want to hack somebody, you can. It's a very cool little area. I love how it has basically vaulted ceilings on the castle, just giving it a very castle-y look. And then right here, this is actually where the wizard is. So he has, so you guys can see him, there's a little scroll there, as you can see, a couple little, what looks like a goblet and a wine glass, because you know you need your wine. And then on the top, it's nothing too crazy. There's just where a bat kind of hangs out. What I will do actually though, just to give you guys a full 360 view of this tower, is let's just take it off and I'll show you guys it separate. So here's the keep. So very nice looking. What's cool about this is you can kind of fit minifigs throughout. Well, not in that one, but you can fit them right here. There's a little castle walkway. Tons of walkway area in this castle. So very, very nice looking. I just like all the details. Also, this is an exclusive piece. You guys notice that kind of lion face that's always been with any of the Knights Kingdom sets. But yeah, very cool. Now what we'll do is I'll actually show you guys the dungeon. So when you take this big piece off, the keep, the middle of the castle, you're revealed with this dungeon. So very cool looking. As you guys can see, there's a little furnace area. There's some armor this little guy's working on. He's actually smaller, which we'll get into that. And then this is kind of a little dark. This king's supposed to be a good king, but that looks like he's torturing. That guy was tortured and he just died of starvation or whatever. He's died. So just the skeleton right here. So a little dark. Although what is kind of interesting about this, we'll get into that later, is this, when you're building the set, this little bull symbol is the bad guys, and it's back here. So I have an inclination I think he's actually bad. So maybe somehow the bad guys are underneath the castle. I don't know. I mean, unlikely, but he's definitely not. Yeah, I think he might be bad just because that bad guy's shield was there. And then as you guys can see, there's a secret entrance, secret gate. So you can get into the castle from this as well. So very, very cool. I do love this little area. This castle, again, has everything you'd want a castle to have. But now let's take a look at the minifigs. Before we do that, I just wanted to center in. You do get 2 horses, which is pretty cool. And you also get this little cart thing. I didn't want to center in on it too much just because it's not the most interesting thing in the world, but it is kind of cool that they included that. But now let's get into the minifigs. One other thing I wanted to quickly just mention is this base plate is actually very unique. The only other set I own that has this is the Amazon Ruin sets from the adventure theme. So anyways, very cool looking base plate. I just thought I'd give it a little bit of credit. And then obviously this stonework is unique to this set. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know of no other set that uses this base plate and has the rocks on it like this one. So to start, let's take a look at the 2 jousters and the blacksmith. So honestly, not bad looking minifigs. One thing I'm gonna point out though, is none of them have torso printing, which is absolutely atrocious. The other thing is these are both sticker shields, just because when these were out, it was early 2000s, and I guess they went out of print before they were printed pieces, but they needed to make do. So I'll just show you guys the faces. All these guys. This face has been along for a long time. They have it in a new pirate theme, the one right here. And as you can see, I think this blacksmith is bad, because look at his face. He's not very happy, and he's also very short. I don't know if he's supposed to be a dwarf or what, but yeah, very cool looking minifigs. Now let's move on to the next 3. These are just super simple to review just because there's not much to them. So here we have 3 more of the minifigs. As you can see, nothing crazy. Nice chrome looking type breastplates though. And then this face. They both have the same very weird looking face. It has pupils, even with a little white pupil. So I just find that face really strange. It's probably one of the strangest faces LEGO's ever made. And then Johnny Thunder is a time traveler apparently, because that is his face and it's included in this set. So very interesting that that's there. Now let's move on to the next 3. There's 12 minifigs in this, believe it or not. Here's the next 3. Nothing too crazy, just not a lot of detail going on. I will say I do like the wizard.
And I'll just show you guys quickly. He has a nice wizardy hat, as you guys can see. And then also, I'll just open this up so you can kind of see his face. It's just the Viking face from the 2005 Viking longship. So very cool. I'll take the helmets off these guys as well. There's the king. To be perfectly honest, that's probably my least favorite king face. And then we have the middle one. I believe that's actually a Johnny Thunder Adventurer face as well. If you guys know, let me know, because I do believe the middle one is from Johnny Thunder right here. But yeah, very cool. Let's move on to the final three. So many minifigs. And here's the final three. So as you guys can see, I guess they categorized the dog as a minifig. Very simple looking little dog, just because there is no other 12th minifig. Then we have a skeleton here. What's cool about him is he's the old style. These are my favorite style skeletons. And then the ghost. Just give you a back view of them all. This one I'll actually show you guys glowing in the dark, which I'll do right after this clip. And it's just a black face. So literally so simple, but a very cool piece. I'll show you guys how that kind of works.
So as promised, I thought I'd show you guys the ghost. So as you can see, he lights right up. Very, very cool little piece. Kind of spooky. But yeah, it really works really well. And anyways, thought I'd show you guys. Well guys, that was my review. Do hope you enjoyed it. I was really excited to do this for Old School Wednesdays just because it is such a great set. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like this set? Do you not? What areas do you think it possibly could have improved on? I just think it's the perfect castle. As far as castles go, I don't think they could have did a better job. The minifigs could have had a little bit more detail. Some of those torsos, like we looked into, didn't even have any torso printing. Even though they had armor cover over it, it still would have been nice. But all in all, great looking set. Love all the little features. I mean, it has a dungeon, a keep, like the center of the castle where the king sits, all the little towers, you know, the little weapons they have, the mini trebuchets. Just a great, awesome set. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. But if you liked the video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future new or old new sets that I do on this channel. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. But take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.